Good morning. We will start the service today by singing the hymn of the day inside the right cover of the bulletin. And we'll stand together as we sing. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for these words. We thank you for the reminder that you will be exalted in this world. You will be exalted in this earth. We pray, Lord, that you'll give us a heart and a mind to see through the distractions of this world, and to remember that all of this falls under your head. And Lord, we pray that you'll remind us of that daily. Give us a heart to trust and to love and to always look to you. Be with us this morning that we can hear these words that Joe will preach, and you'll bless those words. And that we can understand them and focus and understand them in a way that helps us, both in our hearts and our faith and through our daily lives. Comfort us, Lord. Be with us always. In your name we pray. Amen. Take out your hymnals once again and turn them to number 337. Teach me thy way, number 337, and you can remain seated.
All right, if you would open your Bibles to 1 Corinthians chapter 5. We're going to read just one sentence from chapter 5, verse 7. It will be the last sentence in that verse. For Christ, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. Now, there is hardly a clearer picture of redemption than the feast of Passover, which was given to the Jews. You recall that they had spent about 400 years, that is, the descendants, Jacob and his descendants, had spent about 400 years as foreigners in the land of Egypt. And while things started out well, because one of the sons of Jacob was essentially prime minister of Egypt, and they had prospered and flourished there in the land of Egypt, there eventually arose a Pharaoh, a king, who had no regard for Joseph and his memory. And he became fearful of the Jews and fearful that they were becoming such a large group within Egypt that they would rise up and take over. So he put them in bondage. And he had them making bricks. I suppose the pharaohs, like many big shot leaders, they like to leave memorials to themselves. They like to build buildings so that people can say, well, so-and-so built that. And so he was having these Jews make bricks so that they could build buildings. And the rest of Egypt would prosper while the Jews worked under heavy burdens. But the Lord sent them a deliverer in the person of Moses. Moses was 80 years old, or they're about 80 years old, when he was sent in Egypt with a message for Pharaoh. God says, you tell Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, let my people go. And Pharaoh's response was, who is this Lord? Who is this Jehovah that I should listen to him? And all the arrogance of humanity, all the pride of humanity is bundled together in that one question. Pharaoh worshipped Ra, the Egyptian sun god. And he was, if I recall my Egyptian culture correctly, he considered himself somewhat a human manifestation of Ra, the sun god. And so since Ra was their chief god, he said with all the pride a man can muster, who is this other god? That I, the human expression of Ra, the sun god, who is this Jehovah that I should listen to him? And so through a series of 10 plagues, the Lord explained to Pharaoh who he is. And God, what he said was, he says, I will make myself known to the gods of Egypt. I will make myself known. I will destroy and overthrow the gods of Egypt. Isn't that interesting? He didn't say, I'm going to overthrow Pharaoh. He's not going to overthrow the gods. Now, he did it by overthrowing Pharaoh. But also, each of these plagues, as at least I've read this is the case, each of these plagues had some connection to one of the gods worshipped in Egypt. For example, when the water was turned to blood, included in that was the Nile. The Nile River was considered one of the gods of Egypt. And the flies and all these things. It was Like most nations of that day, they had a whole lot of gods. And then finally, God deals with the chief God. Jehovah deals with the chief God, whose supposed human expression had said, "Who is Jehovah that I should listen to him?" And he did it this way. Jehovah said to Moses, "On such and such a night, I am going to pass through Egypt. And I am going to kill the firstborn of every household. From the household of Pharaoh all the way down to that slave girl on a milking stool. Her sons are going to die too. And not only that, the firstborn of the cattle. Wipe them all out." And notice that the Lord did not say, "I'm going to kill the firstborn of the Egyptians." He did not say, "I'm going through the Egyptian households and killing the firstborn in all the Egyptian households." He says, "I'm going through Egypt." Now, Egypt is a picture of the world here. But what he's saying is his judgment is passing through that land. And everyone in that land is under my judgment. And that included the Jews. God passed over the Jews that night, but he did not pass over them because they were Jews. He did not pass over them because they were slaves in that land. He did not pass over them because they were worshiping him as they ought to, because they weren't. Many of them were worshiping false gods. Many of them had given themselves over to the worship of the Egyptian gods. They had not set themselves apart from the Egyptians. The only way you knew who the Jews were in that day was they were the ones doing the primary labor. But you couldn't. Their conduct was the same as the Egyptians. Their gods were the same as the Egyptians. So when God says, "I'm going to kill the firstborn of every house in Egypt," that included all the households of the Jews. You can see how this becomes a picture of our salvation, our redemption. Because God has said he has appointed a day in which he will judge the entire world in righteousness by Jesus Christ. And that includes you and me. See, everybody's going to be judged by God. Everybody's going to be condemned by God. And everybody is going to suffer the penalty for their sin. The gospel is not a message that God's judgment has been turned aside. The gospel is a message that God's judgment has been satisfied for his people in the suffering of the Lord Jesus Christ. But the judgment came. The condemnation was delivered. And the penalty was suffered. We are not saved because we are Christians. We are not saved because we believe. If we indeed are saved, we are saved for this reason. At least this is the most obvious reason, the one set forth in the Scriptures. We are saved because the blood of Jesus Christ is upon us. A token that judgment is already passed on us. But the Lord God had said he would go through Egypt and kill the firstborn in every household. But he did something special with Israel. He said that he was going to make a distinction between Israel and Egypt. Israel had not made this distinction themselves. They were acting just like Egypt. But God was going to make a distinction. He had chosen them, and he was going to make that distinction more evident or more obvious in this. He told them of a way of salvation in the day of his wrath. When he poured out his wrath that night on Egypt, there would be a way of salvation revealed and performed in behalf of the Jewish people. And he said it will be like this. Every household is to take a lamb. And what that meant was he was setting up every household to be an illustration, a microcosm, if you will, of the entire household of God. He said the household is to take a lamb. Now, that doesn't mean everybody in the household was involved in this. In those times, the father stood as the priest of his house. And so it'd be actually the father who chose the lamb. And he said that the household will take the lamb for the household. And you'll take it on the 10th day, and you'll watch it till the 14th day. You'll look it over. You'll make sure it's not lame. You'll make sure it doesn't have spots. Make sure it's not sick. He said, because this lamb has got to be perfect. And he said at twilight, on the 14th, he says, you take that lamb, that beautiful, innocent, year-old lamb, and you slit his throat, and you collect the blood, and you deliver the body over to be roasted. Not boiled, roasted. And you take some of that blood, and you go outside to your door. This is what he's telling the fathers, the priests of the house, to do. He says, you take some of that blood and you put some in the lintel, the cross beam over the top of your board, and you put some on each side. Crucifixion had not yet been invented. It had never been practiced. That didn't come for another close to 1,000 years before it was ever known that crucifixion was a means of executing people. But long before the manner of our Lord's death was known to anybody, God had them paint a description of his blood right on their forehead. For his head was crowned, Christ's head was crowned with thorns, and his hands were nailed to the tree. And you have that over the top of the door, and the two hands spread out, the blood. The blood of the Passover. And he says, you go inside and you eat that lamb. You take it in you to be part of you. And you stay inside there behind the blood. And about midnight, I'm coming through Egypt. And I'm coming through in wrath and in vengeance. Intent on killing the firstborn of every household, of every herd. But when I see the blood, and if I see the blood on the door of some household, I'll pass over. Why? Because they had been obedient. Well, the interesting thing is, the blood did not save the person who applied it. Who applied it? The Father. Who was saved by it? The firstborn. I've heard people say, now what you have to do is go out and put the blood on the doorpost of your heart. Friend, it's not ours to put anywhere. The blood's never been put in our hands. The blood is in the hands of the one who shed the blood. The blood was in the hands of the Father, and he put it on the door for the sake of his Son, to spare him. We don't apply the blood. The blood's on the outside and we're on the inside. The Lord said to them, the blood will be a token for you upon your doors. But it was a token they didn't see. Imagine being one of those firstborn sons in the house and you're inside. And your dad says, son, the Lord's coming through Egypt tonight and he's going to kill the firstborn in every household. He said, don't worry, son. He's made a way of salvation. That lamb out there, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to shed its blood. And I'm going to put it on the doorpost and on the lintel. And then we're all coming inside and waiting. The son, inside the house, couldn't see the blood. But his dad had told him it was there. And if he believed what his father said, he rested comfortably. Not waiting for wrath, but waiting for the redemption that would come after the wrath passed over Egypt, or passed through Egypt. And so there all those Jews sat in their households, and indeed about midnight, the Lord went through Egypt, and he went through without mercy. His wrath found full expression that night on all of Egypt. And it found full expression through a dead lamb whose blood was on the door and whose body had been eaten, roasted and eaten. He found it that way, or he found it through the death of the firstborn of every household. And when God went through Egypt, a cry rose up from Egypt. If you want a picture of the horribleness of the wrath of God, I think this is pretty good. Nearly everybody here is a parent. Imagine the loss of a child. Imagine you're sitting in your house and you don't have any idea anything's coming. Nobody told you the Lord was coming. Nobody told you about the Lamb. You're just about your business, whatever it is. You might be Pharaoh, there in your palace, thinking yourself above all others and beyond the reach of any God because you're the top God. Or you might be the very lowest in the social strata of Egypt, and you are just a common laborer. In fact, the Lord had even gone down to what would have been considered the lowest, a woman who milked cows. And all at once, your firstborn, your dearly beloved, just drops dead right in front of your eyes. So fast, so unexpected, without remedy. So great is the loss of a child, and so good is it an example of God's wrath that it says in Zechariah, it compares the sorrow of those who repent upon their understanding of the sacrifice of Christ. It says they shall mourn for him as one mourns for his only son. As we were sitting there singing, I had something in mind of a much lighter nature than the worship of God is entitled to. And I don't know why, maybe simply to put me in the right frame of mind for preaching this message. The Lord just made it cross my mind. What if I got a phone call? And it was told to me one of my sons was gone. A car accident. Whatever. That's what happened to everyone in Egypt on whose door the blood was not to be found. For those in the houses with the blood upon it, nothing happened. There was this token on the outside which they had to receive by faith. And some of them received it with strong faith, some of it with weak faith. But you know something? It didn't matter how well they could see the blood. It didn't matter how strong their faith was, that the blood was on the door, and the blood would indeed set aside, as it were, the judgment of God. It didn't matter. The Lord didn't say, and the blood shall be a token upon the doors for you, and if you really, really believe in it, I will pass over you. He said, the blood will be a token for you, and when I see it, said God, I'll pass over you. Brethren, there's great comfort for you and me when we can see the blood on the door. And believe with all our hearts that it is there and that it is satisfying to God. But while our comfort is dependent upon our ability to see, our safety is dependent on God's ability to see it. And I know one thing God is not going to miss: the blood of his son. when he passed through Egypt, he saw the token of judgment already passed. And as Augustus Toplady said in his song, justice payment will not twice demand. First at my bleeding substitute's hand, and then again at mine. And God goes through Egypt bent on vengeance, but he is a just God. And where vengeance has already been carried out, he will not visit it a second time. So he says, when I see the blood, the token of wrath already expended, I'll pass over and go on to the next place. If I remember right, the Jews were in the northern part of Egypt. And I don't know if God started from the north or the south, but I know this. Everywhere he saw blood, which I assume was on the house of every Jew. Because God had chosen those Jews and he had sent a prophet to them to tell them, and he had given them grace, indeed, to go through the process he said. So that blood was there. And he passed right over. That night, not even a dog barked where Israel lived. And I know something about dogs. You got to remember, these weren't the sweet little dogs that people make pets out of. Dogs are called man's best friend, but I don't know how long it's been that way. Dogs in most places were considered unclean animals. They were the scavengers that cleaned up the scraps of what the predators left behind. And they were just out there. And like coyotes, they tended to howl and bark at night. But not that night. Not even the dogs kept anybody awake among the houses where the blood was. Now this, of course, is all a picture of our Lord Jesus Christ. He is when we think, of Christ, our Passover lamb being sacrificed for us, we realize it's taking us directly to Calvary. And it is interesting, this Passover observance, when was it carried out? Well, let me put it this way. When did the crucifixion happen? Right during the Passover feast. If there ever was a time that the finger of God pointed out something plainly to the Jews, of course they were blind and couldn't see it no matter how plainly it was pointed out. God, by arranging that his Son be crucified right there at Passover, God was saying, this is what the Passover meant. The Passover wasn't about you performing a feast and thinking you made yourself righteous by it. You see, that's the problem the Jews had. They were giving these observances throughout the year. Passover feast, Feast of Tabernacles, Day of Atonement, all these things. And they kept them all, thinking that by keeping them, they were endearing themselves to God. But every one of them was an illustration that salvation is a work of God's grace accomplished in his Son. But they didn't see it. God pointed out pretty clear, didn't it? Passover. Now you take this one who's claimed to be my Son, and now you're going to take him out there and crucify him. And his blood is going to make the same pattern on that cross that I told your forefathers some 1,000 or so years ago to put on those doors, and you've been doing it for 1,000 years. This is the real Passover. This is the real Lamb of the Passover. Jesus Christ, like that lamb that they were to sacrifice, was chosen by the Father and examined by him. Because Jesus Christ, our Passover lamb, cannot be our substitute unless, like that lamb of the Jewish Passover, he is without spot and without blemish, without defect. Who shall bring anything to the charge of God's elect, said Paul. And the first one that applies to is the Lord Jesus Christ. Is there anybody that would be foolish enough to charge Christ with sin. Even those that don't believe he's the Son of God don't go that far with it. Everybody knows that he's as good a man as has ever lived. In fact, there is nothing that he did, nothing that's recorded about him, that anybody can find fault with. But that's not what's the most important part. The most important thing is he never did anything that God could find fault with. Twice he opens up the heavens and says, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." That means he didn't do anything wrong, because God's not pleased with anybody that does things wrong. Now, we're pleased with our children. Well, let's just say that the standard for our children pleasing us is a whole lot lower than the standard that God has for his Son pleasing him. Christ was perfect. And therefore, he was suitable to be our substitute. The Father chose him. The Father examined him. The Father killed him. If we can teach people anything, or maybe I should make it more personal. If we can learn anything, let us learn this. Our Lord Jesus Christ did not die at the hands of Rome. He did not die at the hands of Israel. He did not die at the hands of the devil. He died at the hands of God. The same one who was bent on destroying us because of his wrath, instead turned his wrath on his Son. Now, folks, it would be one thing. It would be a horrible thing to just have to stand by as we watched one of our children be executed, and executed in a torturous fashion. It'd be another thing altogether if we were the ones that did it. You know what? I couldn't. I don't think I could. I couldn't kill one of my children. Not for anybody. Not for me. I couldn't do it. God the Father did. That white hot vengeance of God. He poured it out on his own beloved Son. He delivered him up, says Romans. And when he delivered him up, who did he deliver Christ up to? Not us. He delivered the Son up to the Father's own justice. And all that makes hell a horrible place fell on the Lord Jesus Christ on that day. You say, well, what does that amount to? I don't know. I don't think I ever will. Because Christ knows what that is, I never will. Oh, it might be that someday it'll be explained to me, but you don't know anything you haven't experienced. We men, we can become doctors. We can become obstetricians, baby doctors, birth doctors, and we never know what it is to give birth. We can describe it medically with perfection. But unless you're a woman, you have no clue what it is to give birth. And unless you go to hell, you have no idea what hell is. And so, unless you perish personally, cut off from Christ, you'll never know what hell is. And you can thank God for that. Because he came to know hell. We never will. And that blood, which was shed by the Son, has been applied by the Father to all his people to spare them. Now I want to ask a few questions as we think about that scene. That's why I called it cross-examination. We're going some questions and find out what the answer is. The first one is this. As I look at the cross, what does that sacrifice say about me? People have this idea where it says by the law is the knowledge of sin. They say, well, if you want to teach a man to sin, preach the law to him. You know, the law can teach a person that he's broken the law. Just like the speed limit sign. It says speed limit 55, and you look down at your speedometer and you're doing 65. Well, you know that you have broken the law. But that sign can't make you care. Let's face it, we're driving down the interstate and we see speed limit 65. What does that mean? Set the cruise for 70 or so. We have no regard to that speed limit beyond what fear we might have that a policeman will catch us. So we do the math in our minds. You know, the police is not going to bother with me if I'm just 5, 6, 7 miles an hour over the speed limit. It's not like we really have regard for the speed limit or we think it's right. We all think we can drive faster than we're allowed to. So we do. The law never made anybody righteous. The law never made anybody care about the things that are written in the law. You know what stops a person in his tracks and makes him understand what kind of sinner he is and what kind of trouble he's in? It's when by the grace of God he's been given a vision of Jesus Christ. I mean, a sight by faith of who Christ is and what he was doing on that cross. Never can forget that short outline Henry would go through once in a while when he was preaching. An outline which 3 questions to ask as you view the cross. Who is that man? What's he doing? And where is he now? Who is he? The cross teaches who I am, a sinner, beyond my own help. Beyond the reach of my own help. If I understand anything of what happened to Christ on the cross as he bore sins that he himself did not even commit, when I understand what was done to him, then if I've got any brains at all, any spiritual discernment at all, I've got to realize that I am a sinner beyond my own power of changing that. Secondly, as we view the cross, we can understand something about who the man is that's on the cross. Well, he's the promised one. It wouldn't do any good for anybody else to be on a cross. In fact, on that day, there were 2 other men on crosses, and it was of no significance to eternity whatsoever. There were other men there, stretched out. There were other men bleeding, the same pattern our Lord bled. They died that day. And they died under sin, just like our Lord did. But there's a difference between their death and the Lord's. This is the Son of God. This is one who existed before the world began. In fact, this is the one who made the worlds. And this is the one, though he comes from, he's the Ancient of Days. His goings forth have been from everlasting. And yet he entered this world. This Word, says John, became flesh and made his dwelling among us, and we have seen his glory. We've come to understand who he is and seen the glory of his divine person and seen the glory of his perfect humanity. And John goes on and he says, he doesn't express it just this way, but we've seen the glory of his sacrifice. Because we see that only one like that, the perfect Son of God, could die as a substitute for sinners. If he is not perfect, his death means nothing. If he is not chosen of God to be the substitute, his death means nothing. If he's not approved by God, his death means nothing. Who is that man? God in human flesh. As near as we can tell from the Scriptures, hell goes on and on and on and on and on. Like Brother Spurgeon said in that Scripture, he that believeth not shall be damned. He said it is written, on the inside of the portal of heaven shall be damned. And for eternal days, the God who changes not, his testimony shall be there. He that believeth not shall be damned. And when 1,000,000 years have rolled out, and 1,000,000 years have been suffered by those people in hell, it shall still be upon the door, shall be damned. Hell's never over. Why? Because for all the suffering that goes on there, the wrath of God is never satisfied. For all the suffering for sin that goes on there, the sin never stops. They still sin against God. His judgment does not soften their hearts. His judgment doesn't change their minds. His judgment doesn't make them go from being so foolish to being wise. Instead, they shake their fist all the more in his face. And it goes on and on and on because the sin goes on and on and on. But Jesus Christ, who had no sin of his own and could not be provoked to rebellion, he absorbed within himself, as it were, our sins, and then he absorbed within himself all the punishment due them, added nothing of his own to them. And so he was able, by the sacrifice of himself once for all, to justify us, redeem us, and deliver us from our sins. Did Jesus fulfill all that was required by God for a sacrifice? Hebrews chapter 9. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 14. Hebrews 9:14. How much more then will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself unblemished to God, cleanse our consciences from acts that lead to death, so that we may serve the living God. The Lord Jesus Christ offered himself. He was of himself the right kind of offering, perfect, without spot. He offered himself to the right person, to God. He gave to God what God required. And God always accepts what he requires. You ever had someone that said, if you'll do so-and-so, I'll do such and such. And so you did so-and-so, but when it came to him doing such and such, they wanted to add something. They said, well, I didn't think you could get it done that easy, so I'm going to add some more. They went back on the deal. Well, for lack of a better way to put it, there was a deal between the Father and the Son. And the Father said, you take on their nature. You humble yourself and become obedient to death, even the death of the cross. You bear their sins in my sight and bear my punishment. If you do that, I will relieve them of any obligation or penalty for their sin. And that's exactly what Jesus did. He offered himself without spot. He came before the judge and he says, I have no sin of my own. And the Father charged to him, God the judge of all, charged to him all the sins of his elect. And Peter said, the righteous, Christ suffered, the righteous for the unrighteous. Peter says he bore our sins in his body on the tree. And since he offered to God what God required, God accepted. Now, as you think about these things in your mind, think of what you are, of who Christ is, and what he did as he bore sins in his body on the tree, ask yourself this question. Is what Christ did enough for a sinner like me? Now, admittedly, we usually have to ask this question in a different way. Because most people are asking themselves, well, why did God require so much out of Christ to save me? It couldn't have been that much. I wasn't in that much trouble. I'm not that bad. Would to God that we became so aware of our sin that we might wonder if even the death of Christ was enough to put it away. If we're going to err, let's err on the side of knowing the greatness of our sin and wondering how it can ever be paid for. But let's not stop there. Let's answer that question. Is the sacrifice of the Lord Jesus Christ enough for a sinner like me? Yes, it is. There's nothing that you have done, not in the seriousness of it or the amount of times that you've done it, nor it doesn't matter how often you've tried to quit and still can't quit. Those are not the issues. When we answer the question of whether the sacrifice is good enough for us, we only have to answer this one question. Is it good enough for God? Because that's the one who's being satisfied by it. You see, I don't have to be satisfied by the blood. People say, well, if you'll just accept Christ's work for you. Christ's work was never offered to you or to me. He offered himself without spot to God. And the issue is, did God accept it? And God has given his testimony of his acceptance. He raised Jesus Christ from the dead. Now, if God says good enough, who am I to come by and say, no, you just don't know how much I've sinned. God knows exactly how much you've sinned. Jesus Christ, he knows exactly how much you've sinned. If indeed you're one of his, because he bore those sins. And the Bible says, God's testimony concerning his Son, God has set Christ forward as a sacrifice that puts away wrath. Now that's how God set him forth. And if God sets him forth for that, then it's good enough for that. And you and I don't have to question it any farther than that. Has God said enough? Yes, well, then it's enough for me. And this last question. And if there be any of you this morning, for whatever reason, whether you are an unbeliever, just encompassed with doubts and fears. If you are a believer encompassed with doubts and fears, or if you are an unbeliever who for the first time have seen what kind of sinner you are in the sight of God, and yet have been given spiritual eyes to see how great the sacrifice of Christ is, that could even put away sins like yours. There's only one other question to ask. Is there any reason for me not to trust the Lord Jesus with a full confidence that he can and will save me? And I know the answer to that question. There is no reason. None. There is the knowledge of what you are. There's the knowledge of who Christ is. The knowledge of what he's done. And there is the knowledge of his promise. That he that has the Son has everlasting life. That if we confess our sins, God is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. We have the testimony of a historical event in Egypt centuries ago, the Passover. And God says, when I see the blood, I'll pass over you, and sure enough, he passed over every house upon which was found the blood. And you may know this. If the blood is upon you, if the blood of Christ our Passover is upon you, wrath of God. He will never fall on you. So how can I know if the blood is there? You can't know it by looking at it. Because the blood's on the outside, and you're on the inside. But you can believe. You can take God's word for it. And if God gives you a grace to take His word for it, that the blood is enough, and that the blood is there, then rest assured, the blood is there. And never shall the wrath of God come upon you. Well, may God add His blessing.
Take out your hymnals, and we'll turn them to number 442. Praise Him, number 442, and we'll stand as we sing.